People are starting to talk about something called cognitive apprenticeship. Two words linked together which come from different areas. Cognition being about the way learning takes place, apprenticeship being a relationship between an expert and a novice, in which the expert is helping the novice to understand the stages the novice has to go through to become an expert. Now, it's a very interesting thing because it's emerged not out of the study of psychology, not out of the study of what happens in the classroom. It's emerged out of the study of what happens when people are doing work and learning at the same time. Anything from a university research laboratory through to somebody training horses, somebody learning how to develop a skill in a building trade, or somebody learning to be a solicitor. How do those processes happen? And it's very interesting because it ties up so very closely with something that Confucius said 2,500 years ago. Tell me and I forget, show me and I remember, let me do and I understand. The essence is let me do and I understand. Now, cognitive apprenticeship has come out of neurobiology and is actually saying if you look at the way in which the brain operates by taking an idea that somebody else has given it to them, mulling it around, playing with it, teasing it, pulling it to pieces, then seeing how the pieces start to come back together again. So cognitive apprenticeship says that if you want to teach somebody something, you have to show them the big picture. You then have to show them how you deal with that. You then need to show them how you break that down into sub-bits. And then you need to get them to practice the sub-bits and then learn how to join the sub-bits together to make a bigger bit and a bigger bit. I went through this process some years ago with a man much older than myself from Cambridge who was a real expert, and I needed to learn what I'm talking about now. He never told me. He just led me through little exercises that helped me to discover what that was about. And what he was doing was the second stage of cognitive apprenticeship. First of all, you show them, then you provide them what's called scaffolding. That's the support to hold them together while they're trying to find a new idea. And then, mischievously, you start taking some of that scaffolding away. And if you don't really know what you're doing, you fall flat on your face. And so the whole point of scaffolding, the expert giving scaffolding to the novice, is I'll give you just enough help until you know how to do it for yourself. And then you fade it. And the key thing in cognitive apprenticeship is to take that away. And you take it away by creating an environment in which the learner knows where else to turn to for support. Now, if you look at that with regard to schooling, that's actually fascinating because it's the exact opposite of what happens in schooling. What happens in schooling is you don't give people very much support at the beginning. You crowd it all in when they get older and older with smaller and smaller classes. So cognitive apprenticeship is an absolute challenge to the pedagogy that is currently used in schools.